So I thought I'd quickly run you guys through a client experience that I had today at the office. And the reason I want to do this is because it's a really good example to how valuable your banker can be on your financial dream team if you establish that relationship properly and see the value in it. So before we dive into this conversation, I want you guys to quickly take a moment to support the channel so the channel can keep supporting you. I want you to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon if you're following this channel at all. If you take a look at the channel, I drop videos multiple times a week, if not daily, to help you level up your finances, get a fresh perspective on money, and ultimately build the financial freedom that you truly desire. So I want you guys, again, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for your support. Let's dive in. So today I had a client. I've worked with her previously. This isn't my first time meeting with her today. But our first interaction went really well. And, like most of my clients, she came in with one intention. And by the time she left out, she had opened it all up and she had multiple different holes or leaks in her boat financially that she decided to open up and present to me to help her plug or fill, if you will. So in this particular meeting, when she came in, she emailed me earlier this week or later last week requesting to meet again because she had further interest in one of the dynamics that we had spoken about, which was starting her first investment account. So she emailed me to set up. We set an appointment for today. She followed through and showed up. And when she came in, we ended up having, light conversation. And that conversation, evolved into, what her current needs were or what was going on with her at the time that she wanted to get some resolution on. And we didn't end up diving into the investment account conversation first. She actually brought up some interest around buying a home in the near future. And she is an artist. She's a local artist. And basically it makes her full-time income from that work. So she is kind of like a sole proprietorship. The first time I worked with her, I actually helped her set up a business credit card. And so she doesn't have an actual business account. She just had that business credit card that I encouraged her to do at the time, based on her needs and her circumstances at the time. So today she had questions around, she had interest in looking into buying a home. She found a property in the neighborhood she lives in that she was really interested in. And, she decided to spark some conversation about her current financial position towards buying a home. And she admitted, listen, she's, as many people are that I work with, they're just, finances aren't their thing. It's not a passion for them. So they don't really know what position they're really in until they want something. So she mentioned that she had went to a separate mortgage broker. She had maybe worked with a realtor who connected her with a mortgage broker, had her credit pulled, and, basically had her picture put together for qualifying for a home and realized that she's milestones away from it. She has supportive parents who, would be willing to support her and co-sign into getting a home. But obviously, as an adult, most of us, we want to try to do these things on our own if possible. So she opened that conversation up to me. So I'm not going to, push a bunch of time through the video, breaking down the conversation. We talked for well over an hour, and what I ended up recommending to her was exactly where her existing credit profile is, how to improve it to get mortgage ready, right down to how many trade lines she needed, the type of trade lines on her account she needed that would be most advantageous for her, the timeline that she needed to have these things situated based on when she might want to get a home. I talked to her. She's an independent artist, independent contractor, if you will, sole proprietor, all the same thing when we're talking about from a pay perspective. So I encouraged her. I'm like, hey, you need to set up a business entity based on your situation so you can organize the money you're earning and start working on paying yourself as an employee from that business so you can have a smoother, streamlined, more attractive income for your lenders when you start to go out for a home loan. I explained to her about how the payroll works, how setting up an entity works to the best of my ability, not being an attorney, of course. And from that point, I also talked to her about her setting up her investment account, and we weeded out what would make more sense to her. What type of, should she open a certain type of IRA? Should she dive straight into a brokerage? By the time an hour and 15 had expired, I had helped her jot down and lay out a plan, a blueprint to exactly where her credit needed to be, how to situate her income, how to set up a business entity, bank account and entity to better structure her income and her taxes, and help her establish her first investment account and which account was going to fit best for her. I helped her accomplish that in an hour and 15 minutes or so. For many of you who are not financial gurus yourselves or have serious skills or high-level understanding on your finances, I want you to stop for a minute and think about the amount of time, the potential financial losses, bumps and bruises if you try to do this on your own. What I helped her with may have saved her years on her finances and thousands of dollars over time or more. It's hard to measure it, but I can tell you for a fact that that hour and 15, because she trusted me and put value into that relationship, if she follows through with this plan and takes action and gets in motion, then this could be who knows how much time and money back in her pocket or earned by following the game plan that was laid out for her. She's going to be way ahead of the game. This is the value that your banker can bring to you. Obviously, you have to do your homework and build a relationship with a banker who's passionate about their craft, takes it seriously, is informed not just on the products and services that they sell, but the full financial picture for their clients. So you're going to have to do some homework. But if you can see the value in this, be a good client, be a good partner in this relationship. We as bankers, when we are anybody in their field, we are passionate about people who are passionate about what we have to offer. So that client was able to get me to lay out the plan that I was able to lay out because I saw that she was genuinely interested. She came with a notebook, she came with a pen, she wrote everything down, she asked questions, she asked for further guidance, and she took anything that I gave her, she took action on that I could see. This incentivizes me to give you the best I have to offer because I know that the value I'm putting out there is being received and appreciated. Number two, I understand that people are burnt out on a lot of financial professionals because of the salesy culture that has been out there in the past. I get it. I totally get it. And the salesy culture that exists today. We as bankers in the modern times we are in are paid and incentivized, especially in the banking system, by value, the exchange of value. It is not just about value for us. We are not paid to just get you to open that account or get you to move this money over or jump into this investment. Our pay is predicated on this relationship lasting in the long term. This includes bankers, insurance agents, and more, and investment advisors. If we churn accounts over and just sign a bunch of people up for stuff and those accounts close out a month later, we aren't paid. We don't get paid for that. We get paid for you to stay, to create a relationship that you find value in and for you to stay. So you being a good client and understanding the value of being a quality client, a quality partner in that relationship, that is the type of relationship that can feed you so much value over time, that can provide so much value over time for you. And it's free in a lot of cases. If not free, it's really inexpensive in a lot of cases. Especially if you're talking about a banker at a financial institution. This is essential to you leveling out your personal finances by leveraging somebody else's skills, knowledge, and experience. So I just wanted to bring this into action to you guys today. I know that it would be valuable to help put perspective on it and to help you start building out your dream team going into 2023 in the new year and beyond. So I want you guys to take a second yet again. Please support the channel. Like if this was any kind of use for you, if this put any added perspective or made you think, like the video. Drop a comment if you have more questions or comments around what was covered today. Subscribe to the channel. I'm dropping content nearly daily. Stay focused. Stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon.